So in a moment of weakness, I've gone and ordered a whole load of the GWR Toplight coaches from Dapol in Double O scale. They're beautiful looking coaches, but they've got some pretty mixed reviews. Some people have got on with them really well, others have struggled. Some of the issues relate to the coupling system, so we're going to have a look at that. Fundamentally, they would have been designed and signed off as all working perfectly. So whatever's crept in has crept in since they were manufactured. As all models are handmade, discrepancies can occur, so it may be an assembly issue, in which case I'll have a look at how they've been assembled, and we'll go from there to try and establish why some people are getting issues and others have been fine. If it's inconsistent, then it usually is an assembly issue. Now, this isn't a smart business move. It's going to take me a lot of time, which I can't charge for. Well, I can try to charge for, but no one will pay. But I was just fascinated with it because they were beautiful, and top marks to Dapol, they really tried hard. Something has gone awry. Now, from a point of view of manufacturer, going back and reworking all these coaches and checking them, you're talking a book time of half an hour per coach. So that's someone sitting on a wage, repairing coaches all day, every day for months. Bearing in mind, it will soon outpace the value of the coaches to repair them. I think that's a diplomatic way of saying it. So what usually happens is that manufacturers in this case just discount these things out, rather than trying to rework, which is a shame. More higher priced items tend to get reworked, but I can understand with the value of these that it's the labour hours that really hurt. So we're going to have a look and see what we can do. So the very first issue is really one of communication. Each coach comes with 4 coupling bars, so there's plenty of spares, but 2 of them are long and 2 are short. So this one's coupled together with the long bar, this one's coupled together with a short bar. The short bars, I would say, display case only. I can't see how they can possibly work. It's beautiful with the sprung buffers and everything. Let's draw this long bar through a radius 2 corner, and you can see the buffers get close and then skid. Fine, but I'm already hitting problems here. So one buffer has already skipped out and is locking. There we are. So it's not really an issue, it's a cosmetic thing. The short couplers are purely display case only. See, it's already, the buffers have interleaved, so I'll need to undo that. Another issue with these bars is the fact that they clip into the NEM pockets. So the whole rake needs to be sort of assembled very carefully. Potentially, yeah, it ends up like a chain almost. So replacing the couplings might also be an option here. So if you're constantly assembling and disassembling rakes, these are going to start becoming a problem, I think. The risk of damaging the NEM pockets, just the hassle of them. So I thought I'd have a look at a couple of the European close coupling makes. The back here is the Fleischmann Profi coupling, and at the front is the Roco style close coupling, which Hornby copied, I think, or licensed, whatever. They used to sell them for sure. So this is the Roco one here, and this is the Fleischmann one here. So you can see even with continental close couplers, these have quite a degree of separation. Normally continental stuff's a little closer, but we find that there's often stuff lost in translation between 187 scale HO and 176 scale 00, so these couplings don't always work. But in this case, they are working. They're doing the job exactly needed of them. And the beauty with both of these is that they're designed to allow you to lift items out of a train without derailing everything. So just done that as an experiment. Wanted to see that that's a potential solution for people. So I do have a job lot of the KD knuckle couplers in the NEM pockets at the shop, and these are what I'm going to select to use to make these packages of coaches. The brake end does come with an NEM tension lock coupler to go against the loco, or you could pinch the spare coupler off the end of the train, put it on the loco of your choice. So there's options there. I think it's a nice compromise between functionality and look, as they don't have corridor connectors. It's not so obvious that there's a gap between them. I'd love them to be buffered up, but we also need them to work. And another advantage of the KDs is again that they allow you to lift out stock. So another point that some reviewers made, that these weren't particularly free running. So far the ones that I've got are quite free running. Oops. So I think it may be an assembly issue that has happened. I've also put the lights on there, so that also demonstrates the pickup system. So when we put these on the side, they've got a die-cast base plate, and I think they're die-cast frames on the bogies. So the pickup is via a wheel that is insulated with the axle. So the pinpoints of the wheels transfer power into this side frame, which then goes to this screw. I think if you find that things are tight, just take a screwdriver and loosen the screw by a quarter turn and adjust the frame a little bit until the wheels are free running, and then tighten the screw again. So it just may be that some have been tightened up far too close and they're pinching the wheels. Oops, get that on the track. So these are, I would say, acceptably free running, and they're doing the job of picking up power. Okay, so the mana classes have also come up on offer at this time. I think that's purely a component of the fact of two manufacturers, both doing two production runs, and utterly flooding the market with a particular model. Which is a shame, because the Dapol Mana is a beautiful thing. Right, I have put KD on there, and it's the same size KD as the ones that I put on the coaches, but it has highlighted a problem in that the loco is not so flexible. So you see the buffers have overlapped and they'll start derailing. So I'm going to try and find a longer KD for the loco and see what happens. So I fitted a long KD in there. I've always found the application of NEM kinematics on British stuff to be a little inconsistent, and I think it does come from the scale discrepancy. They were designed for 187 with all the measurements, and I don't know if it always translates across to the larger 176 scale. But the longer coupling works. I presume that's why they sell them. Of course, you can use the tension lock couplings that are supplied with the loco. So look at these, send them back through. So yeah, we're getting there with these. I've just got about 12 more to do. With the locos and the coaches coming up on offer at the same time, it's given me the opportunity to offer little train packages. So we've got Granville Manor here in GWR shirt button livery, and 3 matching coaches. which have all been checked and couplings added to make sure they all work and give the best experience. So these are the brown liveried ones. I think they're sort of mid-40s, wartime austere look. Put them with the brown 517 because they match, but not in real life. The actual loco that I did order to come with these didn't, they'd sold out by the time I got my order in, sadly. So I'll be doing these as a 3-pack of coaches. They look really good with the lighting. So this is another package set. I've finally finished all the coaches. This BR lined green manor with the 3 Toplight coaches, and we've got them all fixed so they can get through the radius 2. These are truly stunning coaches. I wanted to get them in when they first announced them. I'd kind of stepped away from Dapol OO gauge, but when they came up on offer, I think I had a weak moment. The 15 coaches have taken around 6 hours to go through, and I'm not yet finished. I've still got to photograph them all and advertise them and do all the normal things you would do. But proving them out, making sure that they can get through a sensible track layout with radius 2 corners, and addressing the issues that reviewers had brought up, like the couplings, I think has been worth it. Just, you know, at the end of the day, I don't do this for wealth. I do this because I enjoy the hobby. They are stunning coaches. All the separate handrails, the interior detail, which we'll look at in a minute. There's a lot going on, and it has just been a bit of wonky assembly, I think. It could even be down to the heat shrink on the terminals there for the lighting pickups, if they're catching as it goes round. So I've been through, checked 15 coaches and adjusted, taken apart the bogies and rebuilt them to make sure that nothing is catching, and if it can get through this switchback okay, then that's my benchmark. I can't test for every eventuality, however. So Dapol have gone above and beyond with the interiors. You can see quite a lot from certain angles. If you had it on a high line, you know, you'd be able to see up into the luggage racks. There's a mountain of detail. I do like the baggage cars here. You've got the grates over the windows, and you've got a little set of cubby holes in here. And nice features like the actual domes over the LEDs to make them look like lighting units. When you're reassembling the roof and taking off, you've got to be careful. They do clip on. There is a little plug unit there, 2-pin plug unit, and that plugs in here, so you'll just feel a little resistance as you push it down, and then close the clips, which I'll probably have to do off camera. It's a two-hand job. So there it is, back together. Sort of final thing to say, it's nothing to do with these sprung brake connections that's causing the issue. They're free enough. It is just some sort of assembly alignment problem going on with the bogies. So yeah, taking them apart, reassembling them, making sure everything is free, really has helped them. Okay, so with these coaches I wanted to address one of the concerns about going through tight radius curves. So I've set up a switchback with radius 2, so this is 419mm. If I was really cruel I would have done it with 360, but I don't think it will be able to cope with that. But 419mm is equivalent to Hornby's radius 2. And that tends to be what their steam locos are rated for, so if we can get the coaches through them, I think we'll consider that a success. So we've got the 517 at the front there. If only I had more track. But that seems to have been successful. I'll change the dynamic by reversing the train here. And backing it through as well, so although you wouldn't often back this style of train through reverse curves, but maybe entering a station through it. So it definitely achieved what I wanted to achieve.